first call.
You'll never know.
2,
Right.
1.
Good evening. I would like to call this meeting of the Neighborhood Improvement Services Advisory Committee to order. I would also like to thank our viewing audience for tuning in. I would like to ask Dr. Sandra Bragg if she would lead us in the invocation.
Most gracious Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for the opportunity to be here. We thank you for the opportunity to serve our community. Lord, may what we do in this meeting be decent and in order. And we thank you these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. I'd like to welcome all of you to our meeting again. And let's do our introductions, have our introductions of our members and staff and others. Starting on my right.
Brian Jackson, Jacksonville City Council Liaison.
Jane Sutton. Lynn Harvey.
LaShawn Harston, Neighborhood Improvement Services Coordinator.
Tracy Jackson, Director, Neighborhood Improvement Services.
Pamela Trafton, Senior Neighborhood Improvement Services Coordinator.
Marsha Wright.
Jerry March.
Dr. Sandra Bragg.
And I'm Paula Jones, Chairperson of Neighborhood Improvement Services Advisory Committee. And we have some guests with us today.
John Allhouse.
And
Jesse Hanson.
glad to have you both.
Thank you.
Okay, adoption of the agenda. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the agenda? Yes? Yes. Are there any changes or additions to the agenda?
I move that we accept the agenda as written.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, sign? Same sign, I'm sorry. Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. Let's go on to approval of the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from February 24th, 2025.
Has everyone had an opportunity to review the minutes of February 24th, 2025? Are there any changes or additions? If no, changes or addition, oh, I'm sorry, you just made a motion to
Yeah.
approve. Is there a second? Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. Let's go back to the minutes of April 28th. Have you all had an opportunity to review the minutes of April 28th, 2025 meeting? Okay, are there any changes or additions? If no changes or additions, can I have a motion?
I'll motion the approval of the April 28th minutes as written.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And the motion is carried for the April 28th, 2025 minutes. Let's go on to planning board update. Mr. Jerry March.
Thank you. We had no meeting in May due to lack of business. June 9th meeting, we rezoned the 400 acres for the future development or passed it on to council for approval. And we cleaned up a couple zonings on Warren Street and Hearth Street. They're county-owned properties.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. March? Thank you for that update. Livable neighborhoods. Ms. LaShawn Harston.
Thank you. For our nonprofit update, as we all know, we did do our application review for our funding of our nonprofits for FY26 funding. We set aside $50,000 in community development block grant funding for those nonprofits that went through the application process. 4 of those applicants were approved for funding. This is the amounts that they were funded, and we have an additional $5,000 for any high-performing nonprofit that has already applied and a part of this FY funding year to come back for additional services. for additional funding if required. For our general fund, we set aside $77,000 for funding for FY26, and these are our 5 nonprofits that will be receiving funding for the FY26 funding year. Any questions about the funding before we go into demolitions? Okay, just wanted to make sure. Who remembers this trailer, 140 Miracle Drive? If you drive down Marine Boulevard, and you will see what used to be a white trailer, but it was a green trailer, but this is what it looked like. And this is what it looks like now.
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah, no looking there.
That is our 177th demolition so far. Okay? So this is what it looks like now. Going into our community refresh, we had such a great turnout and for our community refresh that we're gonna do it again. So with the spring refresh, and the reason why we put it out so early is because we had so many people call after we were done. Okay? This is an opportunity for them to go ahead and call now, that I can take down their information on the, add them to the list and give them a call once we set dates. And when, set dates for them, for us to come out and take a look to see what they want to do in preparation for the fall season that's coming up, all right? So if they need their grass cut between now and then, they go ahead and get it cut. But they can definitely give us a call, give me a call at 910-938-5286, or you can email me at lharston at jacksonvillenc.gov. Okay, and let me know that you may be interested in the community fall refresh. As you see there, we're gonna be doing yard cutting, edging, leaf blowing, trimming bushes and trees, as well as power washing and removal of minor trash and debris. Also with that, with the community spring fall refresh, we'll also be looking for volunteers. So we're looking for those civic organizations, Divine Nine groups to come on out so you can get some community engagement as well. Any youth groups that want to come out and get involved for the community fall refresh, it'd be greatly appreciated. And we'll also, once we get those dates posted, we'll also be listed on Volunteer Onslow as well. And so more information to come, but don't wait to get your name on the list. That's it.
Great job, great work.
It was.
Community development, Ms. Pam.
Good evening. Before you is the last visual that we have for 112 Cox Avenue, because we currently have an offer that has been submitted for this property. So all will be well. We will have this home sold by the end of July.
That's the one we toured.
Yes, sir. That we did the open house and community development week. Before you, thank you. When we did do our tour during Community Development Week, we had a poster that advertised 408 and 410 Ann Street, which is our next properties that are currently under construction. They are both 3-bedroom, 2.5 baths. Downtown, familiarize yourself, Ann Street is right at the corner next to the Infant of Prague High School, across from the courthouse if you're coming down. And you will see these homes. So we have green exterior and then the blue exterior. Both homes are the same floor plan, where you do have split. Your master bedroom is on the rear of the left side of the home, and bedrooms 2 and 3 are on the right side of the home. It is an open concept when you walk in, that you walk in through the door, your living room's on your right, your dining room is on your left, and the kitchen's directly in front of you. Completely open, about 1,000, a little under 1,100 square feet. Patio in the back, huge patio in the back. But it is going to be a great opportunity for our upcoming buyers. Again, to qualify for the program, one of the first things that you'll have to do is attend our home buyer education course. Our next class is scheduled for August 16th. It is $25 per person, and we are taking registrations now. The classes are on Saturdays from 8 to 5. And in those classes, they will have presenters from realtors, lenders, home inspectors, financial coach, foreclosure lawyer, to talk to them about what does it mean to really own a home, how to prepare for home ownership. And the second class that we offer, which is completely free, is our money management course. And the next scheduled class is September 6th. This class, even though it is a requirement for those going into home ownership, we do ask for anybody that is looking to have some help with their finances to go to this class. I always challenge anybody when they say, oh, I don't need financial classes. I say, come just once. And then when they come, they walk out saying, oh my gosh, I did not know that. So never feel like you're good on your finances. You can always learn something new. To register for all classes, you will call us at 910-938-5286. For payment for the home buyers course, you can pay over the phone or you can come in person at City Hall. I'll continue to go forth. With our annual action plan, this was presented before council this past Tuesday as well, and it was approved for us to submit to HUD for its final approval. So what we are expecting for our second year of the 5-year consolidated plan is to receive an entitlement grant of $422,000. We proposed $225,000 of our program income, which is income that we received from previous loans over the years, which will give us a total of $647,000 for our proposed budget for fiscal year 25. And this will start July 1. Our deadline to submit to HUD is by July 13th, but we will have that submitted prior to. And based off of the annual action plan, we inputted what did the citizens say from our survey. And so this was identified as our top priorities. Number one being affordable housing. And with affordable housing, the focus being on rehabilitation for our residential or rental homes and new single-family housing construction, but also taking into account that we're providing educational opportunities. Economic development is one of our newest initiatives that we're putting in with our survey. And out of the economic development, we've partnered with Genesis Block, who is currently working with small business owners and those that are interested in opening business to provide technical assistance with revitalizing our downtown. And then continuing to go forth with public services with nonprofit funding. And then lastly, we still have homelessness and our special housing needs as our top priorities as well. That's all.
I just want to, announce and give Pam her atta girl publicly. She has worked diligently in preparing this year's annual action plan, under my guidance and of course HUD's guidance, and submitting. I think when she submits this plan, it's going to be a successful plan. It's going to be approved by HUD, and I just want to give her an atta girl, and if everybody can give her a hand. You all do not know the extent of putting together this plan with all of the resources and all of the external stakeholders that we have. So it is a daunting task, and she was up to it this year. So atta girl, just want to give her flowers while we have the opportunity to do so publicly. So
Appreciate it.
Definitely great work.
Thank you.
You guys are the hardest working team around here, I'm telling you. We see it. Let's go to one city, our city, my city moment. We're coming on in, y'all. Anyone, the advisory committee members are asked to allow a moment where the members any of you all may reflect on the One City campaign, which promotes respect, caring, and collaboration between all citizens for a better Jacksonville. Anyone have anything? that they would like to report?
Well, I will bring up that Jane Sutton is a new member of this group.
Okay.
But she and I have been on since the inception of it, the Bayshore Estates neighborhood group. And we continue to meet on a regular basis, have speakers to come in, talk about what's going on, in our area, and how we can continue working together to accomplish the goal, which is basically that neighbors need to take care of each other, And personally, I would say that it has worked for me for a long time because there's several of us, especially women in the area, who are living alone. And I just had neighbors come in, today is Monday, Friday, and over the weekend too. The last storm we had, that really big one, maybe about 2 weeks ago, I had a huge branch that was broken off from an old tree and fell. And I couldn't figure out how I was going to get up there and get this thing, straightened out. And they just showed up. Neighbors just showed up.
I'm gonna get up there any kind of way.
And,
Ow, no.
did it and got it done.
Wow.
Down, and they'll cart it on the way. But these are things I was used to when I was growing up, that this is just how neighbors operated. And they do continue, all of us looking out for. And anytime I'm leaving, Jane and her husband are always, checking on the house and things of that nature. So that, I think, is a good example of what we're trying to get people to do. And you always hear about, well, it's such a transient neighborhood. People don't know. Every neighborhood in the U.S. of A. is a transient neighborhood in this day and age. So, but people are always still looking out. So I did want to publicly thank the neighbors who came by and worked on the yard for a couple of days now, and got that tree limb down. So, those of you who are watching, think about that wherever you happen to live. Just think about what your neighbors might need, what they, if you see something that's been going on for a little while, muster up the courage to go in and ask them, is it something you need to help with, or, whatever. And if you can get that to multiply, it would be a real impact, I think, on the community. And I think I might have missed the last meeting. Did we have anything to report from that last one we had? Because it was in May.
We haven't had one since then, I don't
Since
think.
May, okay.
Yeah. But if I could piggyback off what Marcia was just saying, that was one of the reasons that I was so excited about learning about the neighborhoods coming together and each neighborhood having an organization, not a association, but an organization where the neighbors come together. They have an opportunity to speak. We hear each other's needs. We help each other with those needs. And I'll just go ahead and bring up, for instance, like you said, people helping each other in emergencies like that. After a storm, we contact each other. We contact the widows. We contact people who may be alone. Their husband may be overseas, out of town, whatever the case may be. And I think it would be beneficial for each one of us to take that to all of our neighbors and neighborhoods and see if we can't come together, work together, and say, somebody, Brian, in your neighborhood, for instance, and we have a big get-together, and we all exchange ideas of how we could help each other. Just food for thought, I guess. But it's working in our neighborhood. It's not just a place where we can go and have complaints, but it's a place where we can come together. Our next event is going to be our Halloween in the Park. And we invented that also for people who live alone and they don't want to open up their doors, but they want to spend time with the children. They want to see the children dressed up. So that's our next big event for our neighborhood, something that other neighborhoods may want to encourage also.
Let me do real quick before somebody leaves, just in case. We do have some additional ones, and then anything afterwards we can definitely bring forth as well. But with our One City moment, we had our New River Institutes, which this past week it was art and leadership. And want to make sure, because I thought he was getting ready to leave, you might notice somebody on the screen. Mr. John took care of our arts team teaching teaching our youth how to handle with our photography, and it was actually in partnership with Councilwoman Edwards. Down by the river walk where the old water pump station is, there's a few drains that you'll see have been painted. And so the teens actually got together and painted designs on those storm drains.
Oh, I saw that when I walked out looking at the Okay, I saw that happening. Yeah, they looked like they were having a great time too, and they did wonderful designs in the street. I like that.
So that was part of their projects that they did. And then with the leadership team, they actually included community service activities within their week. And in this picture, they were part of the city tour, where they visit the different facilities with the city, including JPD. And this current week, we have stormwater engineering and public safety institutes are taking place right now. So I wanted to make sure, just in case John was leaving, that he saw he was being highlighted as well.
So you don't get that much, right?
But yeah, great opportunity for him to be present with the youth in attendance to teach them how to utilize the cameras and taking great pictures.
We appreciate you volunteering for that.
Thank you.
It's my
Thank you.
pleasure. It's just my pleasure to do that.
Thank you, thank you. But
Loved it.
yeah, if there's any other One City moments, I just want to make sure he saw.
Yeah, I want the Georgetown Preservation Society. We're an infant in all this, but we're very grateful for the spring refresh. We've had a lot of positive talk about it. So, and you can actually see, it's visible. And we are doing some work behind the scenes to try and improve the community. So,
Right.
That's good. I wanted to recognize a young man during our last meeting, but I forgot. Actually, a guy that grew up in Terrell's community, Marlon Lee. He passed away a couple of weeks ago, and I got a chance to go. They did a balloon release, and I went to the funeral. But it was truly a celebration of a great life. It was a guy. We called him 6'9", but last time I saw him, I said, "Man, how tall are you really?" He said 6'11", but the 6'9" always stood. He played for Shaw. They won a championship with him there, but just an all-around great guy. They say he was the tallest bunny rabbit you could ever see and the tallest Santa Claus. But neighborhoods are about good people coming together and doing good. So based on the numbers that showed up for Marlon, I knew he was one for really make those connections in the neighborhood. So just wanted to recognize a guy like that. That's it for now.
Last thing I would say from a community standpoint is Juneteenth celebrations that took place this weekend. Just recognition of getting community out and celebrating Juneteenth holiday. So many festivals and parades taking place and community opportunities to get together.
Yes, and media services with the city of Jacksonville, they did an awesome job in covering the events for this weekend. So, kudos to them, especially I think the last event that I read was at Richard Ray Park. They had an event out there. So the city of Jacksonville, their media services, if you didn't know about a Juneteenth all you had to do is just go to our city website, our Facebook page, and the information was there.
I went to one downtown. It was hot. Yeah. I mean, it was hot, but there were a lot of people out.
Would it be appropriate to bring up something about, as they were dealing with that branch out in front of the house this morning, over at the park, Wilson Bay, there's a pole, and I guess it must be the light pole, that big main one right there. And between the heat and the moisture, I feel like I'm living in the Amazon jungle, where stuff is just growing, growing. And there's the neighbor who came to the house today, she looked over there and we both saw it. And it looks like she says it's poison ivy that's growing up that pole. And it's right there where people come in, to the main area. It's just growing up there. It started, and like I said, between the heat and the moisture, everything is growing. And we both got concerned about the possibility of maybe some young kids who would be playing around the area, maybe fall against it or playing around it, and just going, I don't know what you have to do to try to deal with it. We didn't see any place else, but it sits right there in the front on that, where the gate. You can't miss it because it's just growing on up there. So I told her I would bring it up to Dave just to let them know that. She said she knew it when she saw it. So we were thinking that might be just a health hazard, to look into.
Yeah, thank you.
Future agenda topics. I don't see anything. Let's see, advisory committee members may offer suggestions on topics, ideas, policies, programs, and other actions that advance the mission of the NIS committee. Anyone have any thoughts or any future agenda topics? If not, we'll move on to questions and comments. Any questions or comments?
Can I go back to the future agenda topic?
Yes, ma'am.
I suggest that we have Genesis Block to come in and give an overview of what they're going to be bringing in partnership to the city of Jacksonville. So maybe they can come and give a presentation, and it's also going to help those small businesses that are already downtown or looking to come downtown to get acclimated with their services and resources. So I do suggest that we have them come.
Okay.
Have they begun connecting with businesses already?
Yes.
So how could a business connect with them?
If they call me, I can get them connected with Genesis Block. And you can call us at 910-938-5286, and we will get you connected with Genesis Block. It is very easy, and they are looking forward to the partnerships and the opportunities here in the city of Jacksonville.
At this point, do you have any new businesses already on board scheduled to go downtown yet?
That would be something for planning, but I'm pretty sure that now that we have completed the new streetscape and all of the repairs to the Old Bridge Street here, I'm pretty sure that there's some businesses are lining up to try to come downtown. We already have a nice, cute little boutique shop down there. I don't know the name of it, but it's pink. And we have frequented that little boutique shop down there. So come downtown. The businesses are coming back. The existing businesses are glad to be back. Online again, and just, you'll find a lot of good, cute things down here in downtown.
And we have a downtown for anybody that comes in downtown.
We do have a downtown.
Yes.
I was going to ask a question and it just kind of went, is there any way we can get some information about, I was asked to ask this, about Airbnbs and Airbnb non-regulation, regulation, or I know we have several in my area here that have, they keep popping up. So somebody mentioned earlier, you have a different neighbor or a different person living next door to you every other week or something similar to that, and you don't know who these people are or anything about them, whereas you do know your neighbors who are across the street from each other. And so if we can get some information about that, or someone to address that would be great.
So for a future agenda topic, you want someone from planning to come and explain the ordinance or regulations of Airbnb.
We're going
I
to
think that
move
would be
into
great.
making updates to the ordinance code.
Sorry.
Have to, but I can't remember if I don't think so that general statutes is addressing that at this particular time, because it's a business issue.
Well, do we have hotels? We have hotels in Jacksonville, but they are on a different level,
Right.
and they're over there in hotel areas.
Hotels are, yeah.
So
It's something.
it's a little,
Yeah,
I would imagine that it's
Yeah, it's something we
somewhat
definitely-
controversial
Right.
here and there because, well,
Yes, ma'am. So
Just
if
because,
anything, what we'll do is we'll get the information and we'll email it out so that you all will have real-time information to get to that person instead of waiting 2 months. So we can email that out to you.
thank you. Any questions or comments? If not, we can move on to key dates. July 4th, City Hall is closed. August 16th, home buyers education class. September 1st, City Hall is closed again. Labor Day. September 6th, money management class. Look, I'm signed up for that class. This is the second time I'm taking it. I took it years ago after they first started. It was right after Pam came, I believe, and I took it then, and it was fantastic. And I did really well for a while. And then, so
Time to go back to school.
it's time to go back to school again. So ain't no shame in my game. I can go back to school. I don't mind. September 6th, money management, and then October 11th is National Night Out. This year, we moved from September to October, correct?
From August.
From August because of heat and hurricane season and all of that. Though it's still hurricane season in October, but hopefully it'll be a cooler time for celebration.
Is that a permanent change, do you think?
We have no idea.
Sorry.
Hopefully.
But we will find out.
And it is in a new location. It's at Riverwalk this year.
Okay.
I'm sorry, it's at the Commons this year.
Okay.
Yeah, it's at the Commons this year. August 5th is still the 5K. It's a sunset run this year, so it's going to be in the evening. So August 5th is still the 5K. Also, just got out of meeting, June 28th, this Saturday at 3:30 p.m. our time. The city of Jacksonville will be participating in the All-American City finalists in Denver, Colorado. And so there are 20 of us that will be going to represent the city of Jacksonville. And so you'll be able to see it live on Facebook. So around 3:30. If you're on Facebook now, media has been doing a great job of recognizing all the different things that the city has done and calling a highlight out. So Saturday at 3:30, you'll be able to see competition.
And what's it called now?
The All-American City. So Jacksonville is a finalist, and we're one of 20.
Cool. Congratulations. Congratulations. Next meeting is August 25th, 2025. And then October 27th, and then December 15th. If there are no further comments or anything else to discuss, can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Say aye. Aye. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you for joining us.